Ima. Hola, Imui.
That was nice, wasn't it? Nice little moment of tranquility there in amidst all the fun of Gamescom. How's it going, folks? Welcome back. I am excited to welcome Aaron Harnius, the creative director and lead game designer at Wishfully, to talk about the absolutely gorgeous planet of Lana. Adam, thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to talk about how beautiful this game looks. But first of all, right, give us an intro to Planet of Lana. We just saw the trailer, but what should we expect?
Yeah, so Planet of Lana is a side-scrolling sci-fi puzzle adventure, right? And you play this young girl called Lana. And at your side, you have this little cute creature companion.
Yeah.
And together, you go out on this epic adventure, you know, through the world of this this planet that's set far away in a galaxy. And you're going on a rescue mission to try and save Lana's big sister that's been taken away by an invading robot army. Yeah,
love that.
That's the gist of it.
So super exciting for everyone attending Gamescom here this year, and for you as well, personally, I'm sure, is that you can actually play Planet of Lana for the first time here, right?
Yeah, so excited about that. You can play Planet of Lana here in the Xbox booth, as well as in the Thunderful booth here in Hall 8. So very excited about that. And this is actually the first time we're showing the game to media. So very excited about that.
So what's in the demo? Like, what can we expect from it?
Yeah, so the demo is quite an early part of the game, right? So it's actually the first part where you just met Mui. So it's the first part where you get to play with her at your side. So it's like an introduction, and you can think of Mui kind of like a dog. So you can tell her to go places and tell her to stop and follow you. She's really a valuable companion on this epic journey that you get to experience in Planet of Lana.
Wicked. What kind of feedback are you getting from people that play it?
I mean, we've gotten incredible feedback, like yesterday and today, and it's just a big queue over at the Thunderful booth, so it's just been absolutely unreal. You know, 5 years in the making now, this game, and yesterday was the first day that we showed it to players and media for the first time, so yeah,
congratulations. Exciting. Right, let's talk about Mui, because she is so cute, and I can see her on screen here just now, waking up Lana. Tell us about Mui and what she brings to the party in Planet of Lana.
So, Mui, what she brings to the party, as I said before, you know, Lana is this, like, you don't have any weapons in this game, right? You're playing as this 11-year-old girl, and this creature companion that you meet and that you befriend, she's quite agile, so she can jump higher than you and reach places that you cannot. But she can also like bite off cables and do things like that, push down things for you to reach. And then she also has this hypnotic ability that you might have seen in our like in the gameplay trailer intro we had just there. Yeah. So you gain that a little bit later in the game, and then Mui actually can hypnotize like these weird creatures that you come across that has the same like glowing white eyes that she has, and that opens up just a whole set of possibilities of how to interact with the creatures of this world, which is a lot of fun. Yeah,
great. I played the demo myself, and one thing that really struck me was the way that Mui's abilities kind of, you discover them slowly and they kind of build on each other, and the puzzles become more complex. That must have been a really fun thing to work out as you designed the game, right?
Yeah, and I think it's a super important thing as well, We've been focusing a lot on like having a good ramp up of the game, Yeah. We want this game to like reach a really broad audience, but it's also important, in this kind of games where you have logical puzzles, because everyone is at a different level and have different abilities of solving these kind of puzzles. So, it can't be too easy, because that will get really boring. It can't be it can't be frustrating either. You just have to, balance that challenge of just right, I think. So, yeah, and that is a challenge in itself, but I think we've done a really good job.
Did you ever consider like a co-op mode where two people can, play as Lana and Mui and solve those puzzles together?
I mean, a lot of people asked us that like throughout development, but it was a very conscious creative decision from the like core idea from the get-go that we shouldn't have that, because I mean, we're going for this relationship with Lana and Mui that you kind of have in real life with a dog, like the relationship with a human and a dog. So, and if we would like have another controller and put that in the hands of a friend to control Mui, you will lose that kind of magic, that we feel, because Mui is very much her own creature with her own personality, So,
right. Yeah, and I think that really comes through in the relationship you see and hear between Lana and Mui. It's so like adorable the way they communicate to each other. Like, tell us how you like did that through sound design and through the language in the game.
Yeah. So we're telling the story without words, right? And that's something we want to do from the beginning. But then my co-director and also the scriptwriter for the game, Claes Eriksson, he invented this language for the inhabitants of this planet, of Novo. And it just adds so much. It adds that extra layer of like a way for the characters to be able to express emotions, And also since Lana and Mui is constantly communicating with each other, so it's just it's details like that I think really makes world building so fun, and that's something that we really focused on in this game.
I love it. For sure. Yeah, I mean it's a new language, but you totally get what's happening, like the way they talk to each other, communicate, the little chirps. It's
exactly.
So
it's a mix of the body language and the language and everything. Yeah.
All right. So we talked about Lana and our faithful companion Mui. But tell us about the overall story here, because one of the things I've noticed, in the trailers, you've got these really beautiful contemplative moments, but then some moments with real like drama and speed and these big robots as well. So what's the overall kind of story you're telling?
Yeah, so what you can expect playing our game is really an epic story that will unfold over like 5-6 hours when playing the game, and we're really going for, that's what I think sets us apart a little bit in the genre. Like we're bringing these companion-based mechanics, but also we're really focusing on telling quite a classical saga, this story of this unlikely hero, of this 11-year-old girl, and Mui going through this incredible journey through the planet on this rescue mission to try and save her sister. And you come across so many environments. We have like this old shipwrecks that's been buried in this swamp for several hundred years that you get to explore, and you get like pieces of information that like the players that have more attention to detail will get more out of the rich like backstory that we've created for this world and the lore of the world. So that's really exciting. And then also all players will get an answer to why humans are living on this planet and why the robots have come and why they've invaded the planet and so forth. So yeah, it's really a classic like epic adventure that you get to experience with a lot of twists and turns as well that I won't spoil right now.
Love that. And we've got to talk about the art style. It just looks so special. Tell me about your inspirations and how that art style has evolved over the 5 years you've been working on the game.
I mean, there's just so much inspirations. I mean, I grew up with games like Another World and Flashback and Oddworld as well. And there's definitely a bit of Another World in the game, as you can see. And then just, Studio Ghibli films, especially Miyazaki's film like Spirited Away and Ponyo on those, and like modern games like Inside. But really, it's just like going for, like, at the start, the game actually started like with these concept images of the game that was like beautifully hand-painted. and then going from that concept art into the game that we have today was a long process and a lot of iterations to, you know, because we wanted to create that, you know, depth and immersion that we have in the world now, but still keeping this hand-painted style. So it's like this 2.5D mix of, you know, 3D and layering of 2D layers, and then we also have put a lot of emphasis on bringing these art style to life as well. So we have this wind system, for example, that our talented programmers have created, where we can go from calm to full storm. It's just, you know, it's really, we have such a talented team, and it's so fun going to work every day and get to work with these talented people, and everyone is just pouring in a lot of love into this project and making, that's what's created the atmosphere that you can see in the trailers and in the demo that you can play.
Right.
Here.
Well, it really shows, and part of that atmosphere is the music. You know, and you've got someone very special working on the music, scoring the music for the game. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so we have Takeshi Furukawa that's writing the music for the game, and he's known for creating the music for The Last Guardian, among other things.
Excellent.
And he's just like a prolific composer, and it's just been unreal to have him on the project. I mean, it was very unreal from the beginning, but we just get along so good creatively. And I mean, it's also, from the get-go, we've decided, you know, that we also want like the sound of this planet to speak its own language, you know, and then have music come in to emphasize, you know, special scenes to like emphasize emotions, and music also plays like a pivotal part, actually, both in the gameplay and in the story. So it's just been so great having him on board, and he's just doing an amazing job, I think.
Wicked. Now, you've also announced that Planet of Lana is coming to Game Pass, which is amazing news for all of us Game Pass subscribers. What does that mean for you as an indie developer, especially with this being your first title as an indie?
Yeah, I mean, I can't emphasize how much that means to us, honestly. I mean, having the game on Game Pass day one, it will just I mean, we're making this game, we want as much players as possible to experience the game. And having it on Game Pass just lowers that barrier of entry of people to experience it. So it's just amazing. And also, I just have to say that Xbox has actually played a pivotal role in the success that Planet of Lana has gotten up until this point. I mean, we got so much support from Xbox, and it's just been really, really amazing. So very happy to have that collaboration with you guys.
That's amazing to hear. Listen, we're happy that you're here. This is absolutely incredible. It's great to talk about it. Going to hit Game Pass day one in spring 2023, right?
Yes.
Why do we have to wait so long, Adam? I want to play now.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was a week ago we announced that we're delaying the game. We were planning originally to have it released in this year, 2022. But I mean, it's both, I think it's, I mean, this game that we're making, it just needs to be at a very high level of polish to really create the vision and experience that we want to create. So it's just the right decision, you know. I think the players will be happy in the end that we made the decision not release the game prematurely. Yeah, I think that's always a good decision.
Yeah, no, you're quite right. Something special deserves all the time it takes. So
yes.
That's great. Right, before you go, is there anything else you would like to share with our audience? Any highlights from Gamescom? Or?
I mean, it's just unreal being here, really, just experiencing all the love and support that we have gotten from the game over the years and here at Gamescom. And yeah, just thanks for everyone's support. Yeah, and very happy to be here.
Adam, absolute pleasure. Okay, everyone, that's the gorgeous Planet of Lana coming to Xbox Game Pass in spring of 2023, day one. Thank you, Adam, for joining us today and bringing such a beautiful game. Enjoy the rest of the week. Okay?
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.